Hi! In this video, we'll be looking at how to add custom fields to WooCommerce products. We'll look at two types of custom fields. First, extra data fields. These are fields that present extra information to the user about your products. Second, custom add-on fields. These allow the user to enter extra information in order to customize the product. We'll also cover how to add fields to multiple products in one easy hit. And we'll look at how to display fields conditionally, based on the values of other fields. So let's start by looking at adding custom data fields that present extra information. This extra information could be all kinds of stuff: technical specs, nutritional info for food products, extra notes about pricing, shipping or lead times, whatever you need for your particular products. Let's look at this demo product for an example of custom product data fields. The product is for a computer, and we've got some custom fields here that provide the user with technical details. You can see that the data is laid out neatly in a nice table. There are some optional images for each row of information. So now let's look at the easiest way to add custom data fields like this to WooCommerce. You'll need the WooCommerce Product Add-ons Ultimate plugin, which is available from pluginrepublic.com. Now let's look at how to add our field. Make sure that you've installed and activated Add-ons Ultimate first, then go to the product where you'd like to add your extra data fields. Click on the Product Add-ons tab, then click Add Group, then Add Field. You can give your group and field a label if you wish. You can see that there are multiple different field types that we could be using. But because we're just adding an information field, we'll choose the information field type. You'll see then that you have the option to add row. Click this to create your first row. Enter a label and some further data. You can enter as much as you want in this field. Carry on entering as many rows as you like. If you want, you can upload an image next to each row, but that's optional. When you've finished adding your information, click Update, then take a look on the front end. You can see the new fields added here. And that's how you quickly and easily add extra data fields to your WooCommerce products. Okay, that was pretty simple. Let's now look at how we can add extra data fields to more than one product at a time. In our dashboard, go to Product Add-ons, Global Add-ons, then click Add New Global Group. Select from one of these options, either to add your extra fields to all products, or to specific products, or to products in specific categories. Then you can set your fields up exactly the same as in the previous example. This field will now display on all the products you've selected. What about if you want to display different information based on selections that the user has made? This could be different information based on which variation the user has selected. Or in this product, we've added different types of custom fields using the Add-ons Ultimate plugin. The user can build their own product, and depending on the selections they make, we show them different information. Let's look at how to achieve both these. First, maybe we want to show the user different information fields depending on the variation selected. Here, we want to show the user different measurements for clothes based on the size selected. So you can see we've got our product set up with variations. We've also got our custom information fields created. Note that there's a different field for each variation. To ensure that a field only displays when a variation is selected, we simply use the Variations field here. Just enter the variation that should activate this field. That's all you need to do. Now let's look at a slightly different example. This product lets a user build their own cereal. It uses different types of custom fields, like radio buttons and image swatches, in order to allow the user to personalize the product to their own tastes. We want to display different nutritional information to the user based on their selections. When the user clicks Cheerios, we show the data for Cheerios. When the user selects Choco Balls, we show that data, and so on. If we look at how this product is set up, all the custom fields have been added. You can see that we've got our custom field for cereal base. It's actually very similar to the information field with several rows representing different options. Then below that, we've got an information field for each of the options in the image swatch field above. And if you see here, each information field has a condition set. This means that each field will only display if its conditions are met. So in this example, we'll show this field if the Cheerios option is selected in the cereal field. And we can add multiple conditions if we want. So that's how you can add custom data fields to your WooCommerce products. Now let's look at how to add another type of custom field to WooCommerce, add-on fields that allow the customer to enter their own information. Add-on fields can be simple like text fields, drop-downs or checkboxes, or they can be more complex like upload fields. They give your customers the ability to personalize your products. As an example, take a look at this product, which allows the user to enter a name to be engraved on an item of jewelry. You can't achieve this with standard WooCommerce functionality, so you'll need the WooCommerce Product Add-ons Ultimate plugin. Let's start by going to our example product in the back end. You can see that it's just a standard WooCommerce product with price, image, description, etc. To add our custom field, we'll go to the Product Add-ons tab here in the Product Data section. Click Add Group, then click Add Field. In the Field Type setting, you can see all the different field types available. For now, we'll select Text. Then we'll enter a label for our field. And that's actually all we need to do to create a simple custom field. Let's take a look at it on the front end. You can see the new text field here. Now, it might be that you want to set some additional parameters for your field. Let's go back to the Edit screen. For our demo product, let's say that we want to charge an additional cost if the custom field is completed by the user. So we can simply add a price here to the field price. That means that when the user enters some text in the field, this price will be added to the base product price. And we can do even more than that. Maybe you want to charge a percentage of the product price instead of a fixed value. If so, just check the percentage field. This now means that the field price will be 1% of the product price. Or what about if you only want to charge the extra cost once and not for every item that the customer orders? You can just check Flat Rate here. And because this is a text field, we've got some special fields for text and pricing. For instance, we can set a minimum and/or maximum number of characters allowed in the field. We can also opt to charge per character. So if we select Price per character, then this price will be multiplied by the number of characters entered. Even more, we can allow a certain number of free characters. So let's allow the user 5 free characters before we start charging. We can also choose to allow only alphanumeric characters, which means that we only accept letters and numbers. Finally, we could also select to only charge for alphanumeric characters. So non-alphanumeric characters like spaces are allowed, but are free. So you can see there are lots of options around pricing. Now let's have a look at some of the other options for our custom fields. What about if you want to ensure that the user completes the field? All you need to do is select Required Field. Then if the customer forgets to enter something in the field, they'll get a notification. You can also choose to set a default value for the field if you wish. And finally, you can set an image to accompany the field, plus some additional description to help the customer understand what they need to do. For now, let's use the following settings. We'll charge the user £1 or euro or dollar, whatever your site currency is, for each character they enter, but we'll give them 5 free characters and only charge for alphanumeric characters. We'll also add in some extra description. Let's update the product and take a look on the front end. You can see that if we enter some text into the field, the price will start to increase as we go past our free characters. Only alphanumerics are charged for. When you insert your text and add the product to the cart, you can see that the custom field data is captured in the cart. And this is retained throughout the checkout process, so you'll get this data in your order screen and notification email. Hopefully this gives you an idea of what you can do with custom fields and how simple they are to set up. Now let's take a look at some other examples using different field types. Here's a simple checkbox. Clicking the checkbox enables another field. This is possible using conditional logic. In this example, an extended version of the product we worked on, the customer can select one or more items from a swatch of images. Each item they select can add to the overall price. Here, customers can build their own pizzas, choosing from a number of different options and entering quantities for certain items. Similarly here, the customer can build up bundles of products selecting different quantities of different products to make a composite product. This product actually uses other products as custom fields. A common type of custom field is an upload field. In this product, the user can upload one or more images. Again, you can charge for each image if you wish. Finally, these examples show different ways you can calculate the final product price based on the option selected by the customer. This product allows a user to enter measurements, in this case the dimensions of their room. Then the plugin calculates the number of rolls of wallpaper they'll need. They can also choose some extra options for their order. Hopefully this gives you some good ideas around using custom fields for your WooCommerce products. Check out the resources section on pluginrepublic.com, where you'll find dozens of tutorials on adding custom fields to your products. And of course, don't forget that you'll need a copy of WooCommerce Product Add-ons Ultimate. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the like button and to subscribe to the channel for more helpful videos on WooCommerce.